Alright, going to do a quick unbox and then we're going to take this guy down to the range and try her out. CVLIFE Wolf Covert. I thought I cut my tape, I guess not. Wolf Covert Pistol RMR red dot sight. So I just tested their Wolf Covert in the RMSC footprint, so slightly smaller than this one. I imagine it's going to be very similar. However, this one has different reticles instead of just the dot. I'm sure it shows it in the paperwork here somewhere. There's some quick specs for you there. But you can change from like just the dot, or you got a circle crosshair. Got to be on the back. There we go. Those are your different reticles that you can choose from on this. So the RMSC version, you just got the dot, and on the RMR version here, those are the different footprints. That's what you get there. So that's a nice upgrade. Comes with a Glock MOS adapter plate there. Bunch of hardware there, so it's gonna bolt up to most guns you want to put it on with that footprint. There's also a little well, there was with the last one, I don't know, it's probably hidden somewhere. Little plate that covers the bottom. They might vary slightly there. You get a little rubber cap for the top, and then this is pre-mounted on a Picatinny rail here, so if you want to mount this as a backup sight or even as a main sight on anything with a Picatinny rail, you can do so. Otherwise, you detach it from this base here, you take it off, and you just mount it on your pistol. So there she is there. Got your windage and elevation adjustments there. Battery trays on top, so you do not have to uninstall like other models, not their models, but other companies have seen where the battery goes in the bottom. So when you need to change your battery, you have to take it off and you lose zero and have to re-zero and all of that. So no such thing with this because the battery tray's in the top. There's your up and down. Can't remember if the battery's already in it. Nope, I got to put it in on this one. When we get it down on the field, I'll do my best to get you some shots of what it looks like. The reticles and whatnot, the different reticles, the dot and the circle crosshair. So there you can see, very nice, fine, crisp, little red dot right in the center there, and obviously broad daylight, full sun, as you can see out there. Completely forgot to get the ring reticle and the ring around the dot reticle. But as you saw in the images in the manual just a moment ago, you can use your imagination, put the circle ring around there, and it's just as clean, clear, and crisp. I'm actually surprised because usually I have trouble capturing just how nice these dots look through the camera. It always looks better in person, and even with this image being as good as it is, it still does look better in person. It's even brighter and more red. But this is a fairly decent image, so my apologies for only capturing the dot, but again, the other two options is a ring around that dot, 26 MOA, I believe it said. It'd be just as fine, clear, and crisp. And then also you can do the ring, but without the dot in the center if you want. This has auto on, auto off mode. So it'll shut off after a few minutes if it's completely still, but then as soon as you pick it back up, it'll kick back on for you. And then obviously you have different levels of brightness settings there as well. I think that's about everything in the box here. There's our batteries. I think they give you two. You only need one, so one's for backup, so that's nice of them to include two. And there's your little wrenches there. Nice hard foam case. Alright, here we are in the pistol base. So I got my paper target set up there. It's a shoot and see, so you guys should be able to see where I'm hitting there. We're going to start out, see where our point of impact is, and get her zeroed. Then we can have some fun with all these steel targets here. So let's get started. And somewhere in the video I'll have up for you guys like kind of what this reticle or the red dot there is going to look like. But anyways, let's get started here. Push some shots on paper, see where we are, and work on getting this thing zeroed. Alright, pretty close to start. I got two in the exact same hole, dang near it there. You can see aiming center mass just a little low right there. So give it a few clicks left and a couple more up. Alright, so to adjust it, pretty straightforward. They mark the directions. That is the direction for you to move the bullet. So I needed to go left, so I'm going to turn this clockwise as opposed to counterclockwise as it's showing for right. So give it a few clicks. And I can kind of feel little notches there, and I can hear a click, but you guys probably can't. It's very subtle, plus it's kind of windy today, but it's definitely giving me an audible and force feedback, although subtle. So I need to go up, so turn that way to make my impact go up. So, and that one's clicking too, and I feel little bumps in there every time it clicks, but let's see where that puts us on the paper now. All right, so got the height about perfect there. Just need probably 2 more clicks to the left there to get it perfectly centered. I was just rushing through the shots to get it close, and then I'll slow down, take my time, and get it perfectly zeroed. So that's probably why it doesn't appear that it moved left any, because I probably pulled those shots slightly right in my haste. Hope you can hear me over the wind. So I was only standing like 5 or 6 yards there. I'm going to stand back here closer to 10 yards because, you know, I want this thing zeroed for like 10 to 15 yards. So my accuracy is going to suffer a little because I'm about twice the distance now. I'm going to go for that top red dot. Actually, let's go for the bottom dot and see how close he is from back here. All right, still need to go a little left. Everything's exacerbated further back you get. So, you know, if like you're an inch high at 5 yards, and at 10 yards, you're probably going to be 2 inches high. And the same thing goes for the left and right. If you're only a fraction of an inch off to the right, halfway up there, then it's going to be multiplied the further back you are. So let me give this thing a few more clicks to the left. And I'm going to go for that dot on the left now. Also, standing, shooting freehand at 10 yards, I'm not the most steady, so grips would be way tighter and more precise if I was doing this from a rest, but this is just to get a baseline here. I really want to shoot that freaking hornet. Actually, I'm going to try to see if it's close enough. Ah, he flew off. If he lands again, I'll try to hit him. There he is. Well, he flew off. Anyways, left red dot there. All right, I think that's good. That up, down, left, right, that's just for me moving back here at 10 yards freehand. Let's both hit dead center too. All right, so that is a 22, but just for those who don't know, your cycle velocity, your cycle speed, how fast it cycles, is about the same on a 22 as it is like a 9mm. So you're not really doing any disadvantage to testing the optic by putting it on a 22. So, you know, yeah, the 9mm has a lot more power, but it also has a lot stiffer recoil spring to absorb all that extra power. So in reality, and I've done my research on this, slide velocities between rim fire and center fire pistols, it's honestly about the same. So, but with this being a 22, doesn't have a lot of energy knockdown power, so some of these I got to hit in rapid succession, which is pretty easy to do with 22 because there's no recoil to get them to knock over. Sometimes they still won't knock over, and then most of those back ones, they will not knock over unless I hit the very tippy top of them, which those bowling pins there, the very top, I've measured it before, it's 2 inches across at the very tip of those bowling pins. So at some point I'll come back here at 15 yards and try that at 15 yards, a little 2-inch target at 15 yards, which is the equivalent of shooting a 13 or 14-inch target out at 100 yards. So, I mean, that's something with a pistol. Anyone, you know, most of you are already going to agree with me. That's a pretty hard shot, clear back here at 15 yards, but we'll make it happen because just those bowling pins as is, that's like a headshot back here at 15 yards. But to go to the very tippy top, it's like shooting someone's eye out. But I'm going to go up there closer at first, hit some of these with some rapid fire, and then we'll come back here and pick those back ones off one at a time. 15 yards, 2-inch target.
Well, that was cool. I went through a whole another 25 round mag and just realized it wasn't recording, so try that again.
Jesus. 15 yards, aiming at the very top.
That third shot was my fault. I pulled it. It was very close.
Looked way off, but that's just because of the angle of the camera. You're going to see the same thing on the very first bowling pin here on this side.
I should quit while I'm ahead, but we'll keep going here.
Again, I'm not missing by a foot. It's just because of the camera angle.
You can see those hits. That's just going to be one that refuses to fall. I just went ahead and went for that guy on the right because that one never falls. So yeah, nice little red dot there, and it's actually pretty nice at the price point. Usually these things are just mush. They just kind of like turn, no clicks, no feedback whatsoever. So at this price point, to get, you know, click feedback and it's audible and you can feel it, that's pretty good for the price.
Also, you don't generally get multi-reticle choices at this price point either.
And I'm also surprised just how nice and fine this red dot is. Again, I'll have to get better images for you guys. But it's a nice, fine, crisp red dot. I can't remember whether they advertise this as a 2 MOA dot or a 3 MOA, but regardless of what they advertise it at, I'm going to say it looks to me like a 2 MOA dot. It's real nice and fine. And again, obviously, not having any issues out here today, even against these bright white targets, seeing that dot even in the full sun. So, and then obviously, if we're getting eyeball-sized shots back there at 15 yards freehand, then you know she's holding 0. But that about does it, guys. Great little RMR for the price. If you want to get yourself any of the products you see me use in the videos, of course, I'll have a link in the description to the red dot. But safety glasses, ear muffs, target stand, paper targets, I use steel targets and more. Links in the description for all of that. Check out my parts, accessories, and optics playlist on the channel for more optic reviews. But thanks for stopping by, checking this one out today. I really appreciate it. And I hope to catch you on the next one.